Book of Mormon says a lot of strange stuff, like that Adam and Eve lived in Jackson County, Missouri.
Yes?
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the times South Park dug into one of their favorite topics, religion.
Well, haven't I done well, Elron? Haven't you enjoyed my acting? Which film did you like best?
Number 10, Christian rock. Season 7's Christian Rock Hard comments on the commercialization associated with organized religion, using the Christian music industry as an example.
Wait! Walk out that door, Token, and you'll regret it the rest of your life. Christians have a built-in audience of over 180 million Americans. If each one of them bought just one of our albums at $12.95, that would be
$2,331,000,000.
Still want to leave, Token?
In an effort to become rich and win a bet with Kyle, Cartman forms a, quote, unique Christian band with Butters and Tolkien called Faith Plus One. While he claims to be doing God's work, his music just replaces words like baby with Jesus.
All we have to do is cross out words like baby and darling and replace them with Jesus.
But of course, Faith Plus One becomes wildly popular. It's a scarily realistic argument about how easy it is for certain people, i.e. immoral people like Cartman, to exploit religion for money and try to pass it off as a masterpiece.
Your love is my light. You know when I'm without you, there's a black hole in my life. Oh, I wanna believe it's alright, but I get lonely in the night, and it's up to you to save me.
Number 9, Camp New Grace. After again finding himself on the receiving end of one of Cartman's pranks, Butters is accused of being bi-curious. Not that he knows what it means.
Is that true, son? Are you feeling confused?
Yeah, I'm pretty confused, all right.
You see?
So his dad sends him to Camp New Grace, where extreme Christians strive to pray the gay away. Not surprisingly, the kids are wrongfully taught that there's something wrong with them, resulting in self-loathing and anxiety.
That's right, Bradley. I think we're well on our way to being healed. We've got another one, room 22. Oh, darn it.
This is a difficult topic to handle in a comedic way, but what makes it work is Butters' wholly innocent point of view. His monologue at the end shows that he doesn't even know what bi-curious is, but he does know that forcing anyone to live in denial is far from godly.
And I'm bi-curious. And even that's okay. Because if I'm bi-curious and I'm somehow made from God, then I figure God must be a little bi-curious himself.
Number 8, The Super Adventure Club. Season 10's premiere draws parallels between the boys' relationship with an old friend and the creators falling out with a longtime member of their cast.
Hello there, children.
He's back!
Chef, I can't believe you're back.
Well, it's true.
But are you back for good?
That's right.
Stan, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman are thrilled when Chef returns from an excursion with the Super Adventure Club. However, as soon as Chef opens his mouth, it's clear something is not quite right. It turns out he's been brainwashed by the club, which secretly takes part in sinister activities.
How would you like to join the Super Adventure Club?
No. Dude, what are you doing?
As hard as they try, the boys are ultimately unable to save Chef. In Kyle's speech at the end, he blames Chef's loss on his involvement with the nefarious club, a nod to Isaac Hayes' departure from the show after his Scientology entourage allegedly made a statement on his behalf following health issues.
We shouldn't be mad at Chef for leaving us. We should be mad at that fruity little club for scrambling his brains.
Yeah, he's right.
Number 7, showing a certain prophet. Marking the 200th episode of the series, this South Park storyline features nearly every celebrity they've ever taunted building an alliance to get revenge on the tiny mountain town.
All of us together can put a stop to the slander coming from that town once and for all. No longer will they make snide remarks about whoever they want.
Specific emphasis is placed on the issue of the Muslim prophet Muhammad, which had gotten Trey and Matt in hot water before. Well aware of what they're doing and the risks they're taking, they portray Muhammad as full of magical goo that makes him off-limits to mockery.
Who is the one person on this earth that is completely free from slander?
You want Mohammed because he can't be ridiculed?
Muhammad has a power that makes him impervious to being made fun of. What if we could harness that power?
If you haven't watched this two-parter, it's because you're technically not allowed to. Censorship has made both parts pretty much impossible to find. Still, it may be said that the creators showed remarkable integrity by standing by this satirical work of art.
Throughout this whole ordeal, we've all wanted to show things that we weren't allowed to show. But it wasn't because of some magic goo. It was because of the magical power of threatening people with violence.
Number 6. Difficult questions. This two-parter follows the kids of South Park as they scramble to save their immortal souls.
Children in this town have not been attending Sunday school after Mass, and adults have not been coming to confession. If this does not change, I promise you, you will all be going to the black pit of Satan's world. That is all. Peace be with you.
After Father Maxey warns them about the fires of hell, they begin to wonder who is eligible for damnation, namely Timmy and Kyle. Their fears lead them to take extreme measures to protect themselves, with Cartman turning into a very vocal fire and brimstone preacher.
There is only one answer. As kids, we must abandon this town of sin and start anew.
The episodes tackle questions that almost everyone has asked, but the creators managed to make these common anxieties both relatable and funny. Oh, and there's also a fun B-plot that chronicles the romance of Satan and Saddam, two great characters that haven't appeared since the movie.
What took you so long, baby?
Saddam, I'm just here to talk.
Great, let's talk!
Number 5. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ was one of the biggest films of 2004, and it garnered lots of controversy upon its release.
I've seen The Passion 34 times now, Kyle. You haven't seen it once.
So, how could South Park not weigh in? In this episode, Kyle is horrified after seeing Gibson's movie, prompting him to question whether his people should feel guilty for the crucifixion of Jesus.
Well, if you really care about your friend's soul, then perhaps show him the way of Jesus. Remember, Christianity is about atonement.
Wait, that's it. Atonement! Of course! I know what I have to do now. Thank you, Father!
Meanwhile, Cartman starts idolizing Gibson and uses his apparent anti-Semitism to justify a revamp of the Nazi Party. But when we actually meet the show's incarnation of Gibson, he's, well, difficult to take seriously. The episode provides brilliant insight into the rabid religious debate that one movie, specifically a movie made by this guy, was able to cause.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me.
Give me back my money!
Number 4. The Vatican. Widespread abuse in the Catholic Church became public knowledge by 2002. South Park was able to take the issue and turn it into something that makes us laugh and think.
Nobody's going to tell us! This is going to drive me insane! Calm down, Tweak. There has to be a rational explanation.
In the Season 6 episode, the parents in town decide to become atheists in protest of the infamous scandals. Meanwhile, Father Maxey, South Park's resident priest, travels to the Vatican to put an end to the abuse, which, in this universe, applies to Catholics everywhere.
If we don't change the holy document of Vatican law, then we might lose everyone to atheism.
It culminates in Father Maxey criticizing the church for straying so far from the meaning of Catholicism by blindly following dogma written thousands of years ago. There's also a subplot involving a really immature poop joke, but hey, it's still South Park we're watching here.
Yes! Yes, I did it! I crapped out my mouth! I crapped out my mouth!
Number 3. The Super Best Friends. And here we have another South Park classic that you'd be hard-pressed to find streaming anywhere.
No way! Damn, that guy is the coolest guy in the universe.
Season 5's Super Best Friends finds the boys getting swept up in a cult-like sect led by magician David Blaine. Stan soon grows skeptical of Blaintology's teaching and enlists the help of the Super Best Friends, a team of heroes made up of mainstream religious figures.
I cannot face him alone. We must get the help of all the Super Best Friends. Buddha, come in.
Super best friends?
This is Buddha Jesus, go ahead. Buddha, we may have a problem. I've just encountered a magic I've never seen before.
Among them is the Muslim prophet Muhammad, whose physical portrayal resulted in this episode's ban. Super Best Friends not only draws subtle comparisons to Scientology, but it presents a witty critique of extremism and the harm it can cause.
I think we should bail. If we leave the group, maybe other people will get the courage to leave too.
Number 2. Scientology. We've talked about this episode a few times on this channel, mostly in reference to Tom Cruise.
Have you heard of Scientology? It's all based on the book Dianetics. A lot of really cool people are Scientologists, like Tom Cruise and John Travolta.
But to play Scientology's advocate, Trey and Matt did attack the faith pretty liberally here. After taking a personality test, Stan inadvertently convinces church members that he's the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology.
Young man, I know you don't remember it, but your name was L. Ron Hubbard. You revealed a secret which began the whole Church of Scientology.
Through Stan's eyes, the audience gets an in-depth glimpse of the doctrine and practices associated with Scientology, including a few aspects that the show describes as nonsensical and unethical. Although it didn't sit well with certain followers of the church, this Emmy-nominated episode is still considered one of South Park's best.
You don't actually believe this crap, do you? Dummy! Brainwashed alien souls? E-meters and thetan levels? Those people out there buy that crap, but I thought you were smart enough to see what was really going on.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Mormonism. Matt and Trey's obsession with Mormons may involve a lot of roasting, but it's more affectionate roasting, if that makes sense.
Joseph Smith was called a prophet, dum 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 dum.
They've poked fun at the church's beliefs, traditions, and members on multiple occasions. Not just on South Park, but in their hit Broadway musical, The Book of Mormon, too. This season 7 episode sees Stan making friends with new kid Gary Harrison, who warmly welcomes him into his friendly-to-a-fault Mormon family.
You coming, Stan? No, I was supposed to be home at 8.
Aw, that's too bad. Well, it was really nice meeting you, Stan.
Bye, Stan!
Great to meet you.
What makes All About Mormons so great is that it's able to call out the parts of the faith that seem far-fetched, but simultaneously express appreciation for the same culture. Not every show could pull off this delicate balancing act and still come out with a poignant and hilarious product.
I have in my possession an ancient book written on gold plates that tells of Jesus Christ's second coming here in America.
In America? Really? That sounds kind of...
Dum 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 dum.
Did we miss any of South Park's religious roasts? Let us know in the comments.
That's like God, who gives us life and love and health just so that he can tear it all away and make us cry, so he can drink the sweet milk of our tears. You see, it's our tears, Stan, that give God his great power.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.